Complete result and breakdown of the recent Armwars Super Match series. First match, Matt Mask versus Brad Grundy left arm super match. In the first and second round, Matt kind of started off with complaining a lot about the grip up. Maybe he was trying to play the referees and Brad Grundy, or maybe Brad was really causing some issues during the setup. But both rounds were kind of easy for Matt with a low hand top roll victory, completely negating Brad Grundy's attempts to hook Matt without the straps. After the victory in the third round, Matt felt so confident that he even offered Brad to go to the straps. But I think eventually there was a slip in the fourth round. They went to straps and Brad was able to shock Matt Mask with a quick top roll victory. Well, the shoulders were not square, the elbow was not on the elbow pad. That's kind of different subject, but still he got one win over Matt. Round 5 and 6 were once again very easy for Matt. In the 6th round, he even hooked Brad without the straps and still beat him convincingly without any problem. And before we start talking about the next 3 matches, let's discuss the event a little bit. First thing that I didn't like about it at all is that they spent 10 minutes explaining how they tried to manage different venues after the initial cancellation of the MGM Grand venue. Well, we were more excited and interested in knowing why the first venue which we all were looking forward to was cancelled in the first place. Complete beating around the bush and no explanation whatsoever why it got cancelled. Total irrelevant information in those first 10 minutes, which was repeated both in the free version and also in the paid version on the pay-per-view. And even when Devon was explaining a similar thing that happened in the past with Armwars and this current situation, when Devon was taking the names of the places, Neil kind of beeped them out for whatever reason. I think my guess is that Neil was probably trying to pay them in exposure as he always does with some of the athletes, and MGM Grand didn't want none of that. Alright, the second match was Mika Sakvalaridze versus Tim Talmadge. First couple of rounds were not that easy for Mika, but he still had enough side pressure along with his top roll to get the job done, and a 6-0 victory for Mika. Towards the end, he started hooking Tim. Frode Hogland versus Robbie Karstendek. So 4-2 victory for Robbie. Really impressive, fast, explosive, European style hook from that young guy. He was really impressive to beat Frode like that. That match was an absolute war. If you purchase the pay-per-view, you are really going to enjoy this match for sure. And Robbie is going to have a super match against Coach Ray at King of the Table. When Coach Ray and Frode Hogland arm wrestled almost a couple of years ago, Frode beat Coach Ray convincingly. So that shows us that at least this Robbie versus Coach Ray match is going to be close one, because Robbie doesn't look like that he can get easily top rolled, and inside a hook it is always going to be a war against Coach Ray. Then Uncle John versus Mika Sakvalaridze. Mika was already a little bit tired, maybe 5% less than his absolute best, and this made this match kind of close towards the end. First 3-4 rounds, easy victory for Uncle John. First 3 rounds. In the fourth one, the King's move absolutely gassed him out and he had to do everything he can. Really one of the most exciting rounds. The elbows were flying everywhere. The referees were ignoring that, but that kind of made the match exciting, and Mika ended up winning the final 2 rounds. 4-2 win for Uncle John. Devon Larrat versus Kamil Jablonski. We have already discussed this in detail, how Kamil destroyed Devon Larrat. If you haven't checked that, then the link will be in the description and also in the end screen of this video. So overall, I will say this event had some pluses and minuses, some things that I didn't really like as I've already mentioned, and also the fact that this event was released about 3 weeks after the actual event happened. This is also not so good for the fans. The audio and video quality were good, which is always the case with Armwars. So I'll say that for a few bucks, if you get to see Devon Larrat compete, you cannot really complain that much. That's why I would request you guys to purchase the pay-per-view, like this video and subscribe to the channel.